Big game because it's our next game. For everybody else, it's second versus third and all that. But just like Detroit was a big game, this is a big game. Hell of a challenge, deep team, talented team. I don't see any weaknesses that they have. Top 10 3-point shooting team, second in free throw attempts, second in offensive rebounds per game. And even though we beat them at our place, their team has changed considerably since that time. And Paul George was not in that game. So tonight will be hell of a challenge on the road against a very tough opponent.
You mentioned Paul George. How much of a difference does it make in terms of your preparation?
I mean, Paul George, Reggie Jackson, Morris. I mean, they have such a tough team. Yeah, obviously, Paul George is a all-NBA type of a player. And obviously he's dealt with injuries this year, but we know what he brings to the table, his ability to defend. When I think about Patrick Beverley, Paul George, and Kawhi guarding on the perimeter, I don't know if there's a better perimeter defense trio in the entire NBA. So Paul presents a ton of problems on both ends of the floor, as does Kawhi and as does a lot of their other players.
You're fully healthy for the third game in a row. Is it a luxury to have all the guys now, or is it a little tougher for you as a coach?
It's definitely a luxury. The fact that you can call upon so many different bodies to play, depending upon how the game unfolds, is a luxury. And because I care about our guys, I'm happy that they're healthy. I'd much rather them all be healthy and able to play. Now the challenge is obviously figuring out which guys to play every single night, and maybe what each game presents and is needed in that game. But our guys understand with 24 games to go, we're a selfless team, and whatever it takes to win, all of our guys understand that.
Coach, you've been pretty complimentary of what the Clippers bring to the table. How do you attack that, and does your chemistry play a factor in attacking that?
We attack it by playing our game. We don't change our game plan every game. We are who we are. We're not going to adjust opponent by opponent. We make teams have to adjust and get ready to play us as well. So hopefully our defense can find a way to defend at a high level like we did in Denver. We held them to 104 points, which was a great defensive effort for us. And I think the continuity and chemistry that you allude to is definitely a real part of our success. We've been able to, through 50 some odd games, maintain second place in the Western Conference, find a way they should be a much better road team than we have in the past. And tonight, that's all going to be put to the test against a very tough, very deep team.
Coach, does that intensify the enthusiasm of the players knowing that you are in second and they're right behind you, and what one game win or loss, there's a time?
That's a question for our players. I know our approach is that no matter who we play, we prepare the same way. We go out there, we expect to win. And obviously when we don't win, we're very disappointed regardless of who we're playing. But that's a question for our players in terms of do they get up more for a certain team, standings, national TV. None of that bothers me. I just want to go out there and give ourselves a chance to win, and we can talk about it after the game.
The facilitating numbers for Mason in the last two wins have been really good. What have you liked about his play since he's returned from the leg injury?
The thing I love about Mason Plumlee is just how hard he plays. Playing hard is a skill. And Mason, I think, is in a tough spot because he's playing behind, in my opinion, the best center in the NBA. So he's getting 14, 16 minutes a night. Instead of feeling sorry for himself, Mason goes out there and he attacks those minutes and tries to help our team screening, rebounding, defense, and as you mentioned, make the playmaking. And I go back to when we traded for him coming from Portland. That was one of the things that we loved most about him. He was averaging 4+ assists per game in Portland. He's a guy that is unselfish, has a feel for the game, and looks to make plays for his teammates. And I think that is part of our identity, just being an unselfish team. And that's why Mason's had such an impact on our group.
The Clippers have struggled when you put Pat Bev in the lineup. As an opposing coach, what is it about him, you scout this team, watch this team, that makes him that takes him to another level?
He is a disruptive force. He has the ability to, by himself, pressure the ball, get into people. Every minute he's on the court, and I respect this about Patrick Beverley, he leaves it all on the line, and he makes his opponent feel him every second he's on the floor. When you add to that the fact that he's shooting lights out from the three-point line, it's not just a one-way player. He's a guy that's impacting the game at a high level on both ends of the floor. and that obviously has come through a lot of hard work and repetition. So you have to give a lot of respect to Patrick Beverley in that regard.
One more, Mike, what was your perspective with everything that transpired last summer with Golden State's roster changes and the moves the Lakers and the Clippers made in terms of commitments for the Western Conference?
Yeah, I was out mountain biking and having a good time with my family. I wasn't really worried about that.
Thanks, everybody.
Appreciate it, everybody.